guys, welcome to Khanvolution. My name's Khan, and right now I'm super excited to check out RWBY Volume 3, Chapter 8, titled Destiny. Destiny, bro! I mean, the freaking last two chapters from Chapter 6 was titled Fall. The last one was titled The Beginning of the End, and this one titled Destiny. I mean, can this shit get any more ominous, bro? I mean, after the events of the last two chapters, which, by the way, if you guys haven't checked out my reaction to RWBY Volume 3, Chapter 7, titled The Beginning of the End, I'll leave that link in the description below so you guys can go ahead and check that out before joining back with me for here. As always, if you guys are enjoying my videos, please hit a like, please subscribe, and please share the video with any other fans of RWBY out there who you think might enjoy watching RWBY with us, or in their case, rewatching RWBY with us. And why wouldn't you want to rewatch this shit? This shit is so good, bro. I mean, I'm enjoying it so much. I mean, within the scope, like I said, of these last two chapters, I feel like RWBY has gained so much more momentum, and it's like storytelling. There's all these like dark elements introduced, you know, with the story of the four maidens, the introduction of magic, the backstory you got last chapter of Cinder, how she recruited Emerald, how she recruited Mercury. Freaking Mercury committed patricide. Yeah, granted his father was an assassin, but like their backstories are so interesting. I feel like there's so much more that the series still has to offer, you know? I mean, the first couple of volumes, including the first half of Volume 3, have been so, like, you know, lighthearted, comedic, fun, awesome, yet action-packed, bro. It was so good, and then now it feels like it's taking such a dramatic turn and a shift, and it's getting so much darker. These dark elements were always there, but they've been masked by, you know, the comedy, the action, the lightheartedness, you know? But now it's all coming to fruition, and I feel like it's about to explode. It definitely exploded these last two chapters, bro. So I'm super excited to get into it. I'm not gonna say no more. Let's go ahead and dive into RWBY Volume 3, Chapter 8, 3, 2, 1, send! Now we know why her freaking eyes glow. She's got freaking Fall Maiden powers, bro. Man. I think I'm actually gonna check out the World of Remnant, the Four Maidens video right after reacting to this one. Super excited for that one because I want to learn more about that story, you know? I mean, what is that World of Remnant video gonna tell us that we haven't learned already from Chapter 6? I'm super excited. Ah, it's that clash, bro! Oh, I want to see Winter again. Oh yeah, one of you guys told me that the sword that Qrow's holding is called the Harbinger. Love the name. Silhouette against the bow, dude! Give it to us! Yeah. RWBY!
I'm sorry, but you left us with no choice.
But he attacked me!
Video footage and millions of viewers say otherwise.
But Yang would never do that. Yeah.
You all seem like good students. And the staff here at Beacon are fully aware that you would never lash out the way you did.
Okay.
Under normal circumstances. What I believe, and hope this to be, is nothing more than the result of stress and adrenaline. When you're out on the battlefield, your judgment can become clouded in an instant. Sometimes you see things that simply aren't there, even after the fight is past.
But I wasn't.
That's enough!
I feel like he's talking about more than just them. He's talking about himself too.
Whether it was an accident or an assault, it doesn't matter. The world saw you attack an innocent student. They've already drawn their own conclusions.
Right.
And it's my job to inform you that you're disqualified.
Oh, shit, dude. Well, that makes sense if something like that were to occur. At least they're not expelled.
You guys believe me, right?
Duh! You're hot-headed, but not ruthless.
Right.
Blake?
Oh, wow. Wait, really? Yo, Blake.
I want to believe you.
Huh? What's that supposed to mean?
Blake?
How can you say something like that? Yang would never lie to us.
Right. Explain yourself, girl.
I had someone very dear to me change.
Adam.
It wasn't in an instant, it was gradual. Little choices that began to pile up. He told me not to worry. At first they were accidents, Then it was self-defense. Before long, even I began to think he was right.
Like the violence that he committed?
This is all just very familiar. But you're not him.
Yes.
And you've never done anything like this before.
Yes.
So, I want to trust you. I will trust you. But first, I need you to look me in the eyes and tell me that he attacked you. I need you to promise me that you regret having to do what you did.
I saw him attack me, so I attacked back.
There you go.
Okay. Thank you.
I think I'm gonna rest up.
Yeah, girl,
Or
seriously.
get out of your hair.
Wait. I feel like you guys shouldn't leave her alone, though. What's gonna happen?
This is a mess.
Is she doing okay?
She's doing the best she can.
Right.
I heard Mercury and his team rush back to Haven to be with his family. So, until they land, no one can really question him about what happened.
So at least they're
If there's
gone
anything we can do, please don't hesitate to ask.
All right,
for
then.
now.
If that's the case. Pyrrha? You be sure to win one for Beacon, okay?
Yes!
The gang would want.
I'll do my best.
Oh, man.
I'll be sure to watch tonight in case you're picked.
She's got more to think about than anything, dude. Anyone
Sorry,
else?
but I think I've had enough fighting for 1 year.
Ditto. Coffee?
Tea.
T. She's had enough fighting for more than 1 year. Girl, you were only in one part of the tournament. Only in the first round. Well, it's been a long year.
You heard the lady. No more moping around. We gotta get your
Holy
big
shit.
fight. It could be today. It could be tomorrow. It could be the most important fight of your entire life.
Damn, girl. She's crazy.
Nora's right.
Pyrrha's good to go. Please do
You can't
nothing
let your
to
concern
the...
for your head hold you back. You need to focus. You'll be defending the honor of Beacon Academy.
Why do I feel
Of
that
course.
that's there
This
because of
This blend herbs and
Nora?
vegetables is filled with nutrients vital to your body's well-being.
Vital.
Oh, that's...
Please, there's no need to thank me.
Thank you. Ugh, that looks like slime from a lake bed.
Algae contains numerous spectacular properties. See for yourself.
I feel like Nora wants something with a lot more carbohydrates.
What is wrong with you?
Me? You're the one that wasted perfectly good juice.
We're supposed to help Pyrrha, not poison
Ren's
her.
all about that
There was
nutrition to life.
absolutely nothing wrong with that.
If it looks the same coming up as it does going down, then there's something wrong.
Ew.
How about we all
Dude.
get some fresh air?
Good call, John. Good call. Some fresh air. That's what they need right now.
Hey there, firecracker.
Hey, Qrow.
So, why'd you do it?
You know why.
All I know is that you attacked a helpless kid. So either you're lying, or you're crazy.
I'm not lying.
Crazy. Got it.
Jeez.
Who knows? Maybe I am.
And here I thought your dark-haired friend was the emo one.
I saw my mom.
Wait.
I was in a lot of trouble. Took a pretty hard hit. But
The
when I came
train.
to, the person attacking me was gone. And I thought I saw her. Her sword. Like the one in you and Dad's old picture.
There you go.
You're not crazy, Yang. That was your mom, all right. Let me guess.
Confirmation.
She didn't say a word, did she?
How did you know that?
I don't see my sister very often, but she does try to keep in touch. Whenever it suits her.
Oh.
Wait, you mean you talked to her? That was real?
Yeah, she found me. Had a tip from my most recent assignment, and wanted me to give you a message.
Why didn't you tell me sooner?
Which is The message, come on.
I was trying to wait for the right time, and this sure ain't it.
What are you talking about?
I guess you deserve to know.
Yes, tell us now.
She wanted me to tell you that she saved you once, but you shouldn't expect that kindness again.
Holy shit!
Raven's got an interesting way of looking at the world that I don't particularly agree with. And she's dangerous. But you're a tough egg, kiddo. Shouldn't let this tournament thing get you down. You had a slip up. Sometimes bad things just happen. I say it's time you move on.
Move on to what?
Well, Raven let some info slip before she took off. If you ever want to track her down, I think I might be able to help.
Interesting. Yeah, go for it, girl. Get your mind off of Pyrrha! Dude, she's got such a big decision to man a freaking fall leaf drops. Come on, man. Dude, I mean, she's definitely got those fall maiden-like colors, bro.
Hey. It's no green goop, but
it's cotton
I think
candy.
it still
That's
might
better.
do some good.
Come on, Jaune, help out your girl.
Thank you, Jaune.
Come on, men. Let's go back to the fairgrounds.
Good job, Nora. Glad to know that Nora's got all that emotional intelligence, you know what I'm saying?
You were the first person to ever believe in me. You know that? Even when I told my parents I was going to Beacon, they told me not to worry if I ended up having to move back home. How depressing is that?
Pretty depressing.
Sure they didn't mean...
What? It's happening!
I guess I'm just trying to say that you've always been there for me, even when I didn't deserve it. And I can tell there's something on your mind, so I don't know. How can I help?
Something tells me you already
You're
have.
already doing
There you go! Nora and 2 leaves together, dude! I love this. This is what I needed, bro.
I don't know what to do.
What do you mean?
Do you believe in destiny?
Destiny.
I don't know. I guess that depends on how you view it.
When I think of destiny, I don't think of a predetermined fate you can't escape, but rather some sort of final goal, something you work towards your entire life.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that, sure.
Well, what would you do if something came along that you never expected? Something that had the potential to stand between you and your destiny.
Like what?
Or what if you could suddenly fulfill your destiny in an instant, but at the cost of who you were?
Pyrrha, you're not making any sense.
John's not gonna understand any
None
of
of
it.
it makes sense. This isn't how things were supposed to happen.
I'm sorry. Please, I'm just trying to understand what's wrong.
I've always felt as though I was destined to become a huntress, to protect the world. And it's become increasingly clear to me that my feelings were right. But I don't know if I can do it.
Of course you can. The Pyrenicos I know would never back down from a challenge. And if you really believe it's your destiny to save the world, you can't let anything stand in your way.
That's great advice, but I don't think that's the one she wants to hear.
Pyrrha?
Stop.
Did I say something wrong?
Stop!
Holy shit!
Jaune!
Is he okay?
I'm sorry.
Pyrrha, wait!
No. This isn't the way I wanted this scene to play out. No! Come on.
Say.
It's not your fault, Jaune, bro. It's not her fault either. There's just way too much. it's Velvet! I haven't seen her in a while.
Ruby, how you going?
Hi, Velvet. What are you up to?
Oh, you know, just working on my photography. Do you want to see?
taking pictures of Sun's ass.
I'm sorry to hear about your sister. Is she doing okay?
Yeah, she's fine. Thanks.
I think it's just awful what people are saying about her. Yang's such a nice person.
Huh. Well, I'm glad someone thinks so.
Most people don't know what it's like on the battlefield. I mean, even experienced fighters can get scared and start seeing things. If it happened to Coco, it can happen to anyone.
Coco?
Yeah. She swore she saw Yatsu with her in the forest during the fight with Emerald and Mercury, but he never even made it out of the Geyser fields.
Put 2 and 2 together, Ruby. Come on.
Stress-induced hallucinations, apparently.
Hallucinations. There you go. Come on, Ruby.
Oh, sorry.
Oh my god. Freaking Pyrrha. I gotta process all this, man.
Emerald's here?
Wait, I thought they were supposed to... No. She's back, Ruby. Something's off. Come on, Ruby. Do something. Come on. I don't know what you're gonna do, but you gotta do it fast.
All right, it's now time to begin the randomization process for our next fight.
Who's gonna be in the next fight? What? What you doing here? He's supposed to keep our low profile, right?
It looks like our first contender is Penny Polendina from Atlas.
Penny?
What are you doing?
And her opponent will be Pyrrha from Vegas.
What?
No.
Ooh, polarity versus metal. That could be bad.
Penny versus Pyrrha? What just happened? It's like there's so much, like, I'm still processing what happened just between Pyrrha and Jaune, dude. I mean, I love the two of them. I hate it when the two of them, like, something gets in the way, bro. And then right when I'm just about to process all that, suddenly we get into Pyrrha having to fight Penny, bro. What the hell, dude? Pyrrha, he mentioned Pyrrha's polarity power. Of course, that's gonna have, like, magnetism effects on Penny. Penny's... Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. It took me so long to... I gotta think about this a little bit. Let's dive into the discussion. 3, 2, 1. Someone against the bow, dude! Give it to us! Hey guys, welcome back to the discussion portion for RWBY Volume 3, Chapter 8, titled Destiny. And of course, there's a lot of talk about Destiny that we gotta get into. But first, let's start off in the beginning of the chapter when Ironwood is in Team RWBY's room addressing them about what just happened within the tournament. Unfortunately, they were disqualified from the tournament, which makes sense after, what everybody else saw. Because Yang says that, I was using it in self-defense. He attacked me first. But Ironwood says, he thinks that they're good students. He trusts them. But, within the scope of, like, a battle and within the battlefield, anything can happen. You might be seeing stuff, which in fact she did, but it was an illusion instead created by Emerald, and of course he has no experience of that, so Ironwood is willing to dismiss that and make her realize that it doesn't matter what happened, it matters what everybody saw. And so now everybody's blaming Yang, and that's ultimately gonna result in their disqualification from the tournament. I'm actually glad it's just disqualification and not expulsion from the school itself. I feel like when he was talking about, like, the battlefield and about seeing stuff, there was a point where he just, like, looked away, and it really felt like he was talking about himself too. So there's definitely stuff about Ironwood that we haven't been introduced yet. There's a lot of probably skeletons in his closets that he's quite fearful of. He definitely has a very interesting past. Yeah, otherwise he wouldn't be general, you know. After Ironwood leaves, we see that, you know, Ruby and Weiss are very supportive of Yang, but Blake is a little bit hesitant, and her hesitancy results from her experience with Adam. Unfortunately, at some point he began to change. Like she said, at first it was just, you know, he used to say it was an accident, that it was self-defense. I'm guessing she was talking about the violences that he committed in the name of revolution. And so she's experienced this sort of change in people before, and that's why she needed a much more face-forward, eye contact confirmation from Yang that everything was exactly the way she stated and not the way everybody else saw it. And so it sort of introduces us to much more deeper mystery. And of course they go for a walk, leaving Yang within the room to be visited by Qrow later. Team Juniper is, you know, super excited and getting ready for, you know, Pyrrha to take part in the next part of the tournament. And of course, you know, we have a little funny scene with Nora preparing and getting ready for exercise, and Ren preparing Pyrrha in her own way through nutrition rather than actual muscle training itself. You know, that's very funny. I love the little apron that Ren is wearing. I'm guessing that's there simply because of Nora. I'm just thinking in my head, what the hell did Nora have to do in order for Ren to don that sort of apron, you know? Jaune obviously comes to the rescue afterwards, realizing that there's a lot, you know, that Pyrrha has to process, even though he doesn't really fully understand the gravity of what it is that's demanded of her. And so they go out for a walk, and immediately right afterwards, you know, Qrow shows up with Yang, and, you know, we get that little story detailing about Yang's mom, and, you know, the fact that, you know, she has quite an interesting past, although we don't delve into it too much. But she's a much more darker character than I initially thought, because the way she like left her last words for Yang is like, I saved you once, but don't expect this sort of generosity again, you know. I wonder what happened in Raven's past in order to make her like this. And what I didn't know before is Raven is actually Qrow's sister, so that's how, you know, Qrow is the uncle to Ruby and Yang. Qrow reveals to Yang that, you know, there's actually a couple of clues as to where Raven might be lurking, or where she is currently, so that Yang can go and maybe confront her or face her, or figure out exactly why she hasn't been in her life all this time. So it'll be interesting to see how that story transpires. And then we get to the the heartwarming yet such emotionally unsatisfying scene, you know, because we see Jaune and Pyrrha come so close together. Jaune actually puts her hand on Pyrrha's hand, and it's just that, you know, she puts her head on her shoulder, and it's just such a very touching and romantic scene. But there's like, you know, around them there are like these fall leaves falling, and it just reminds Pyrrha of, you know, her destiny, or what's demanded of her by Ozpin and the other professors, you know. It's too much pressure for her. Pyrrha's just a teenager, y'all. I mean, this is too much to impose on a teenager. And of course the maidens need to be like young women, young individuals, but I feel like can there be like somebody a little bit older than her, you know, who's, you know, ready for this and isn't just sprung on, you know, by a sudden notice? It's a very uncomfortable thought when you think about, like, you know, the adults, you know, imposing this sort of great risk upon, you know, a younger individual for the sake of the greater good. You know, it's a difficult concept to get your head around, and I feel like what Pyrrha wants is for Jaune or somebody to tell her that, you know, she doesn't have to make the right decision, you know, to save Amber's life and do it. She wants to do something else, and it's just it's boggling her head, because Pyrrha's the type of warrior that's always done the right thing, and she her concept of destiny is very interesting, because she's like, destiny is not this thing that we're doomed to do, that there's a finite line we need to reach, but it's sort of like an ending point, something that we're meant to do, but there's multiple ways of actually getting there. I feel like that's the kind of definition of destiny that she was sort of elaborating on. It's just, I feel like she's known what her destiny was. She's always known her destiny was to become a huntress, but now there's like acquiring the power of the maiden. She can get to that destination much quicker now, but she doesn't know what it'll do to her, you know. And there's a lot of like layers into what she's saying, but the Jaune can't possibly understand, because he doesn't know what happened in chapter 6, what she had to go through. And it's such a difficult situation, and then you can see the emotion riling up in her, and ultimately manifesting in her, you know, pushing Jaune against the wall. And it's just like, it's heartbreaking to see, because we know how much she loves Jaune, and to get to the point where she actually like hurts him in even the most minute way is kind of unthinkable. So that just shows the inner turmoil that's going through her head right now, and it's just so difficult to watch. And now she has to fight pain Penny in the final rounds of the tournament, dude, that's just crazy because we know that, you know, polarity and it's a power of magnetism, and Penny's completely made out of metal. And I think outside Ruby and Ironwood, nobody really knows what, you know, that Penny is a synthetic being, that she's made out of metal pretty much. And Pyrrha definitely doesn't know, I believe. I don't think Pyrrha knows either. And Ironwood doesn't know that. I don't think Ironwood fully, well, actually Ironwood should know that her power is polarity, so why would he even allow this fight between Penny to happen unless he fully trusts in her abilities? But she's like emotionally unstable, so I don't know, bro. It's like a spinning circle. I'm super worried for what comes next, and especially the way it ended off, because Ruby sees you know, Emerald in the audience, and she's like, you know, in the beginning of the chapter we get a little hint of that something's not right from Velvet, because Velvet goes into detail about, you know, Coco also saw things that weren't actually there with Yatsuhashi, and it kind of puts Ruby's, you know, gears in motion. Is like, oh crap, maybe something's not right. There's something messed up happening. You know, everybody's been notified that Emerald and Mercury, they've been sent off to Haven for Mercury to recover. Not only is Emerald within the audience, but Mercury stops Ruby right there, and the 2 and 2 click, and she knows that something's not right, and she has to go past Mercury. But you know, she kind of sucks at hand-to-hand combat, y'all, and she's missing her sight. I just hope things work out for the best. We'll have to wait and see what RWBY Volume 3 Chapter 9 is gonna have. But I think I'm gonna react to the World of Remnant Maidens video first before jumping into that. So what did you guys think? Leave your comments down below. And is there something I missed or forgot to notice or forgot to mention? You guys can leave down below as well. Of course, remain spoiler free. And I'll see you guys later in RWBY Volume 3 Chapter 9, dude. And of course, and the World of Remnant video as well. I don't know how to feel. Oh, this feels so weird, dude. I'll see you guys later. Bye. Thank you guys so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video and would like to see more like it, please subscribe, hit that like button, and feel free to share the video. And I'll see you guys next time.